Hello guys, another quick update. I am contemplating removing my protein skimmer because I don't think it takes out that much excess protein, and I don't think I really need it based on the 50% water changes that I do every 2 weeks. And this might solve or help me solve the high phosphate level also, because with this being in the first chamber, I think it does impede the flow into the second chamber where the filter floss is. And I've been using these green phosphate reducing pads, but I don't think they're cutting it. I tried putting them in the middle chamber up here, but there's just not enough water flow, I think, to make it work well. So I think I am going to remove this protein skimmer and see, because I don't think protein contributes to high phosphates. I think proteins are based on nitrogen, so no phosphates. And I think it'll make this look a little bit cleaner also. But there will be this hole that'll be there, but maybe that'll be a good way for me to look in to see if the filter is really dirty. And let me pull this cover off and show you what else is concerning me, okay? Okay, I took the cover off, and what you'll notice here in the middle chamber, there's very little water movement, and the water starts to stagnate after about a week. You might see a film there and some bubbles over here. So there's not much water circulation going on from the top down. I think all the filtering that's going on is from down this level. So water kind of flows from this area, and then it's hard to see into this area. And the floss mainly gets dirty here. And then the water goes in here, and then, into the pump and out. So I don't think these are getting much flow into the sponges to reduce the phosphates. I think that's an issue. So I think what I'm gonna do is, again, remove the protein skimmer, use some of this filter floss in here, and I think I'm gonna put the GFO back in here into this tank. So I'll just put some GFO in the floss, put it in here so that the water will flow here and then out, and see if that reduces the phosphates significantly, so that it'll try to help the algae situation. Okay, so that's it. All right, I'll show you the clip after I remove the skimmer. Okay, so I've removed the protein skimmer and put in my floss, new floss, middle chamber, the first chamber. I also put GFO on top of the floss over here, and that's to help reduce the phosphates. It should work a lot better than those filter pads. Right now I am using this GFO, which I bought at Aquarium Adventures locally. I don't know how it compares to other ones, but it was on sale, so I bought it. So I will see how this removes the phosphates. So I think this should help with the filtration also, although I don't think I had a problem with filtration. It was just trying to get the water flow into those sponges, those filters, phosphate removing filters. But anyways, yeah, so too close. Yeah, so I'll measure the phosphates a little later to see if it's gone down quite a bit. And I'll take a video of this whole thing put back together, and then let you show you that. Okay. Okay, here it is all put back together. Got my fan, the cover, and this little cover. So there's that hole, which I don't really like. So maybe online there's a part, that I can buy, that cover. So maybe I'll look into that. Right, water's a little cloudy because I just did a normal water change. I use, let's see, 10 gallons to do water change. you know, I can only remove about this much water, you know, right at the top of this BTA. So I don't know, that's like a quarter of the old water that comes out, and I replace it with new water. So that's what I do. So yeah, somebody asked about my routine. So yeah, that's it, you know. So every 2 weeks I do water change using 2 5-gallon buckets. So I mix the salt the day before, let it aerate, get up to temperature, and then yeah, I do that. And then I do get quite a bit of algae that grows on the glass, and so I don't use those magnetic cleaners, you know, to scrape the algae, because the algae that grows on this tank is very tough, so it needs a lot of scrubbing. So instead of doing that, I use this scraper. So the scraper has a blade, like a razor blade, straight blade, that you can replace. You can buy a whole box of them. So yeah, so yep, I stick that in the water and, you know, go up and down, scrape off the algae. Does a really good job. I replace the blade every time I do it, just so that it doesn't scratch the glass, by using you know, older, maybe dented blade. And as you can see, some of my BTAs are not too happy when I do water changes, so I'm sure you have the same thing happening in your tank. But these are happy. This guy's not too happy, since I had to bump him to clean the glass, since he is basically right up against the glass most of the time when he's fully open. I have one guy that's now sitting at the bottom, resting there. I took out most of the bubble algae manually, so you don't see too many here right now. My green guy has moved over here, and he's been there for a little while now. Maybe he's happy there. All right, there's my Kessel lights. So right now it's set to about 70, 80% intensity. And that ramps up to 100% and stays there for about 4 hours. Ramps up for about 2 hours and 4 hours, and then ramps down for about 2 hours. All right, thank you.